Hey guys, it's Spacey, and we are back with more Piofiore 1926, continuing Dante's route. And I cockblocked all of us last time because normally we finish doing the meanwhile stories and then finish this little segment because we'll have like 2 sentences after this. But there are 3 meanwhile stories here, so it was like I didn't have time to like do them all and then finish, so like, look. It is what it is. Shit happens. It was just like, fuck, I have to go. Like, so here's where we are reading these, and then we'll finish the commenting about Gil not being like his usual self. Anyway, escort. It's like there has to be 3. I was like, oh, this is about to end, and then it's like 3 meanwhile stories. Damn it! Right. Him again. I doubt this is all just coincidence. I'd better investigate before sending my report. Probably wasn't worth noting, but I'd much rather be safe than sorry. At least Leo's there, so I don't have to worry. That makes my job a lot easier. It was difficult at times to stay close enough to protect her without her knowledge. Well, I guess that the boss is worried about her... Well, I get that the boss is worried about her well-being, so doing this is... Oh no! I'm assuming because he was like him again, he was thinking about Teo. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it was Gil that he was talking about, but now someone stabbed him. Suddenly, blood gushed out of my throat. I turned away to limit any further damage, but the blood kept flowing. You... Interesting. Who's wearing short pants? Is it Teo? Because... I don't think... It wouldn't be Rui. Or Yuan, right? And, like, I don't think Henry was ever wearing short pants. Like, these are short pants! Like, sweetie, you need a couple more inches to make them real pants, so I'm gonna have to guess Teo. Because doesn't that kind of match the color of his jacket? He wasn't at all like his usual... Oh, right, never mind. I forgot there was like 6 more meanwhile stories. Sorry. There's no point in reading that line 42 times. Read it, though. Hey, you! Who let you through, huh? We got ourselves a nice toll road set up here, see? Got our toll road set up here. Don't tell me you don't recognize the fell zone! You know what that means, don't ya? Now what should I do? If they really were members of the Felzone family, killing them would complicate things. Then again, I highly doubted that was the case. I'll let them keep beating me, then give them some money. The pain was something I was accustomed to. Killing them would be more of a problem than losing a few lire. Yeah, lire? Lira? Lira? It's lira, isn't it? Lira, okay. I don't think this is... Well, it could be Teo. I don't think Johan would be in this one. Doesn't make sense for him to be. But, And then now somebody... What are you doing? Oh, it's Dante. What are you doing? I was like, I wasn't expecting Dante. Huh? Who the hell are you? Mind your fucking business! They threw an F-bomb in here. Have we seen one in here aside from me? YouTube's gonna love that one. Listen! It wasn't me this time, it was the game! I heard you mention the Felzone name. I happen to know someone in that family. I love the fact that they don't even recognize Dante, despite the fact that he's probably the most prolific person in this fucking town. I was just speaking to him over in that bar over there. How about we pay him a visit? If not, I can call him here if you really want to continue sullying the Falzone name for your own benefit. Come on, lighten up, will ya? No need to be all serious. I mean, the man is wearing the sexiest fucking suit and a goddamn hat. Just throwing it out there. He's serious. Whoa, look at the time! We better get going! He hurriedly backed away from his glare and ran off. Are you alright? Are you hurt? It's nothing at all. Thank you. I thanked him briefly and turned to leave. Was hit by a sudden dizzy spell that made me stumble back. I'm pretending we're Teo because I'm not 100% sure. But then again, we probably wouldn't be because Teo just stabbed that other guy, I think. So who the fuck are we now? I don't know. I'm very confused at who's who now. Anyway. Hey. He quickly reached out and held me steady, unless it's Henry. Could be. Because Henry, like, okay, the guy getting stabbed, that was probably Teo because short pants. And, like, I can't picture anybody else wearing fucking short pants. Okay. Um, that we've seen that would be like a quote unquote mystery character. You know what I mean? Um, but then this could be Henry or it could be Rui. You know? But the thing is I feel like with others, it's probably Henry because they would say Rui, right? Others is like a character we don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep reading it the way I did, but I think it might be Henry. But we're not gonna find out until like Dante brings him back to help him or some shit. I twisted away, not wanting to be touched. He immediately pulled away from me. I'm sorry. Did that hurt? I didn't expect him to say that. Oh. Okay, I feel like it's Henry. It definitely is. All right, we're gonna switch to Henry voice. I'm sorry. It's just I hate it when they do like other. I mean, like we're not supposed to know who Henry is, and like, but I hate it sometimes when they're like, it's a mystery. Who is it? And you're like, well, it's this character. You know, like you know the character. In this case, we're not supposed to know who Henry is. He's a random question mark, so that makes sense. But like, it's just I don't know what voice to give them, so it makes me just feel bad that I keep like flipping back and forth, and then like we're giving them voices, and it's not the right person. You know? It sullies my shitty voice acting if I can't do the proper shitty voice. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I am a very unprofessional professional. Anyway, I'm assuming then we're Henry. That makes more sense than thinking it was Teo because Teo was in the other one and like they're all happening at the same time. So wouldn't make sense. I assume. But it wouldn't make sense if it was Teo here and in the other one. So anyway, just pretend. It's fine. It doesn't matter, really. But if it were Silvio, he would have shot me dead in a heartbeat for my rudeness. And there's a store I know just around the corner. They can take care of your injuries. Careful. Let me know if it hurts. Yeah, because, like, Henry knows who he is, so. We've been looking all over for you! Who's this? What's wrong? The men who came running into the alley were now staring at me with suspicion. He was being hassled by some men pretending to be part of the Falzone. Then let me take over. It's fine. I want you to search the area and find out who exactly has staked their claim here. Understood. I'm on it. He prompted me to walk after his subordinate ran off. Perhaps he was unaware that I knew he was Dante Falzone. Does he feel pity for me? His demeanor was starkly different from the impression I had of him back at the casino. Yeah, okay, it's definitely Henry. And I connected the dots immediately. It must be all an act. He puts up a front as the ruthless boss of the Falzone family, as though trying to imitate Silvio. Or so. Did you say something? I shook my head wordlessly. No, I shouldn't pity him. After all, regardless of his attitude, he was still Silvio's son. I'm like, Henry, leave Dante alone! Leave my little marshmallow alone, Henry. I love you, but like, stop. Because I think Dante might be my favorite. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know what it is. Like, I I thought of this the other night, well, last night, when I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, sometimes like you love the characters like just visual appeal. Okay, like most of them have it. But like there's just something about like, I don't know, Dante makes me feel like stupid inside. Like when players are like, stop it, you're so cute. What are you doing? No. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Phantom of the Casino was like, where's this motherfucker? But like, I don't know, there's something about the way they made Dante Dante is just stop it. And I'm curious now because I was like, wow, you know, I really don't remember how I was when I played the first game. But I mean, I know I love Dante and like whatnot. You know what I mean? But like this game, it does make it easy to like all the characters. But I know it was like Henry's my favorite because he was the Phantom of the Casino, and I think I just associated that. I don't really remember if we went through his route, and I was like, I mean, I love him, but Dante's route was better. But like right now, like Dante's like the fucking okay. Oliver's the MVP of this whole fucking game because just like He's hilarious and I love him to death. But like out of the main love interests, like Dante's winning. So I'm really curious going down like Henry's route then, is if it's gonna like overshadow this, or Dante's gonna be like, nah, he overshadows everybody. I don't know. I don't want to be like, Dante's technically my favorite of my favorites, but I think he is. And I don't want to do that because, like, sometimes there are love interests where you deserve it. They're like, no, this one's my favorite. Like, the rest of you are good, but he's the best. And I'm okay with that. Or there's ones that I love, like, I know this route was the best, but he's still my favorite. But I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely playing favorites in this one, in the sense of like, Dante's just my little precious and I love him, and like people need to leave him alone and stop trying to hurt him. Like, I don't know what it is. They're supposed to be my favorites, like pretty much everybody. And then Gil's like on the second tier. Like pretty close to like Dante, Nicola, Yang, and frickin' Henry, right? Like, and then like Orlok's on the bottom because he's adorable, but like I'm never gonna be. Only one time have we seen like the kind of lolly boy character where I'm like, that was in Birushana, where I was like, you know what, free pass, because this route is so goddamn good that like it's literally the golden route of every fucking game. Like it just blows every route of every game out of the water. Just come on. But like, it's like, you're too cute. Like, I love you, but, like, no, not like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take you home as, like, a pet. Like, look at the cute little puppy or something, but, like, I don't want you in the man harem. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't do it. I just can't. It's just a me thing, okay? I get that's, you know. But, like, for everybody else, it's like, but Dante's still, like, it was like, you're all on the same nah, he's a little bit higher, I think. And that's just, I wasn't expecting that to happen. And I don't remember if that happened after the first game, but it's certainly happening now. Because, like, after that, like, in the time between playing the first game and, like, here, you're like, no, they're all kind of, like, even. Well, I mean, like, I like all of them. And then Gil a little bit less, but I still like Gil. But it's just because I went in with preconceived notions of, like, he's a certain type of character and he's way better than that. But, like, you know. So I still have a little bit, like, I still have to get past that. But he just charms you. So, like, you know. He's just slightly second to everybody else. And then Orlok's just third. Is like, I mean, you're there because you're a love interest and you're a good character, but like, not, you know. You could be a side character that you're my friend, but that's it. That's all, you know. Like Leo, I love you to death, but I don't want to date you, but you're like the best, you know? And then Oliver's different. But now I'm just sitting here and like Dante's like clearly outshining everyone and I don't know what's happening. I don't remember that happening in the first game, but again, I don't remember. I think everybody kind of just like, you even out, you know? You're like, everyone's the same! Because you just forget. I play so many goddamn games, I kind of forget the routes and everything that happens. Like, everything's fine with my brain. I've had an MRI, yet I'm just like, that doesn't... Alright, whatever. Anyway, now we're Nicola. I arrived at the Ristorante, whatever. Restaurant! Anyway, where he made a reservation. As expected, there was no one else around aside from us. Raoul? Yeah, okay. Merlot seafood is as delectable as they say, and the perfect pairing for our white wine. Oh? I would imagine they had the best of it in Rome. Well, the dishes are much more sophisticated, but each locale has its own unique flavor. If you ever decide to come to Rome for a visit, by all means, let me know. I'll be sure to reserve you a table at the finest ristorante Rome has to offer. I'd be honored. Grazie, Raoul. I managed a gracious smile to match his enthusiasm, and then turned to the swordfish wrapped in grilled lardo in front of me. As I peeled the strip of lardo away from the fish, he spoke again rather abruptly. I, for one, think you would be far better suited to being the family's boss than Dante. Like, wow, cutting right to the chase. You're a logical man, able to sense the changing of the tides in a way Dante cannot. The true purpose of his invitation revealed itself. It will only become more and more difficult for the Mafia to survive in this country. I believe the Falzone requires a leader with an eye on the horizon. Don't you agree? You possess the talent to bring a greater prosperity to the Falzone family. Dante's still young, and seems unwilling to let go of the playbook. In fact, he enforces onto the family old mafia traditions that mirror his personal values, just as Silvio did. I wonder if Nicola... I don't think Nicola's going to betray us, but I'm just wondering if Nicola's going to be like, to hell with you, Raul! Or like, yeah, maybe you're right, and pretend to side with him to like, get the in and, get all the insider information. Because I feel like that's something Nicola would do, but no matter how talented you think I am, I'm afraid I can't change the political landscape myself. And that's why I'm here, Nicola. Do you think that I've spent all my days in Rome in idle leisure? And just remember, if you're so inclined to take action, I am prepared to assist you. And don't worry about those pesky capo regime of yours? Capo regime? I can't. Anyway, just leave them to me. Anyway, okay, so Gil, he wasn't at all like his usual self. Maybe the Visconti's burdened with serious problems of their own. Yeah, like they might be backstabbing me. Though I was a bit concerned about Gil, I decided to focus my attention back on the provisioning. And this is where we should have started this part, but whatever. The sun was setting as Leo and I returned to the manor. I suddenly realized I'd forgotten my shawl, so I made a phone call to Sister Sophia at the church. Luckily, she had picked it up for me and taken it back with her. I sighed with relief. There's still some time until dinner. Maybe I can study some English. I wanted to make more progress. I was going to say more progressive. I don't know why I was reading more progressive and then more... Wow. I wanted to make more progress before my next study session with Dante. I took a seat in front of the desk when, as if waiting for this very moment, Carlo leapt onto my lap. Are you going to help me study? Wow, another meanwhile story. Holy crap. There's a lot of shit going on right now. Meanwhile, in Dante's office. And Gilbert Redford came to Strano to look over things while we were there. And aside from that, there was a man who came over to talk to her. I see. And that was slightly concerning, but I could hear more details from the guard I ordered to follow her in secret. Any new details on the other matter? Yeah, we did get a new report. It looks like they lived in the north and... The door opened and Nicola came into my office without waiting for my response. I could tell from that alone that this was urgent. Leo, we'll need to finish your report later. You can leave for now. Understood. Please excuse me. I love Leo. Nicola watched as Leo departed, waiting for the door handle to click shut. Wow. There's something you need to know. He's gonna tell him all about Raul. I see. Everything is starting to connect. From our conversation, I gather that Raul's already recruited a number of our men to his side. And to be honest, a change in leadership in this day and age will have little bearing on our status as the Mafia. But what concerned me was the fact that he seemed so confident about the future. Perhaps he has someone backing him. It's only speculation, but he may have strong party connections. After all, Rome's home to the fascists. It's worth investigating. Do you think Raul's driving motivation is to gain prominence in the family through you? There has to be more to it than that. I get the feeling the house cleaning we did in the past is involved in some way. I like the fact that Raul's like, oh, Nicola, I'm going to throw this out there. Like, Nicola isn't going to go right back to Dante and be like, the fuck is he thinking? Like, I mean, it's just... Because, Raul, you haven't been here in 10 years. You do not know how close Dante and Nicola are. I am the only thing stopping them from making out with each other, okay? They're gonna do some fucking cousin incest shit. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure Nicola's always been a little bit more in love with Dante than we will ever be. Which is saying a lot, because I love Dante to death, okay? And I think in Nicola's route, he might love me a lot, but I think he loves Dante just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I think I would always be second to Dante in Nicola's eyes. And that's fine. I get it. You know what I mean, though? Like, Jesus Christ, they're close, is all I'm saying. Like, All right, I know it's not like kissing cousins or anything like that, but I mean, it just, like, their bromance is, like, intense. Like, Raul, you're not coming between them. Like, I don't think even me, I'm not coming between them. I tried, clearly, but, anyway. It's bros before hoes. Raul, if I can't get between them, you can't either. I know you think you're a bro, but you're a bigger hoe than I am, so. Anyway, are you gonna help me study? I smiled and stroked Carlo's back, and he curled up into a comfortable position, although at the same time, Nicola is the one that I would absolutely trust to betray my fucking ass. If it was like someone is gonna betray you, I would be like, yeah, nope. And it was Nicola, I would not be surprised somehow. It'd be like, I am surprised, but also not. Just weird. Anyway. I slowly reached for the book, careful not to disturb Carlo on my lap. Isn't that the way it is, though? Like, when the bird is in my face, like, I can't move my head, guys. The bird's here. He's not right now. He didn't want to come with me today. Seeing both Dante and Nicola at dinner was a rare sight these days. Oh, did I mention I saw Gil and Strano? I asked him about our dinner plans from before. I relayed the message to Dante to get in touch with Gil when he had the chance. You should also be like, he's not acting like himself. Understood. I'll make some time for him so we can all meet. That's great to hear. Thank you, Dante. And he's like, why do you want to hang out with Gil so much? You're like, it's not Gil, Dante. It's Oliver. I'm not going to lie. I think I love Dante more than Oliver. But, like, I hate saying that. It hurts me a little. But it's like, I mean, a little bit more. But it's a hard choice. As we continued our supper, I noticed something peculiar. Dante stopped eating every so often, pausing as if he was in deep thought. Is something the matter, Dante? No, it's nothing. I was thinking about something that happened today. I met someone while I was out in town, but I forgot to get his name. You mean the guy who was beaten up by thugs using our family name? It's horrible! Yes, well, as it happens, I already know who they are now. I have plans to make them show their repentance. Those who disgrace our family name cannot go unpunished. Yeah, you know what? I'm here for that. Like, Dante's such a fucking little cinnamon roll, and then he's like, I will fucking kill them. And you're like, that's hot. Like, Nicholas saying that, you're like, yeah, because you're scary. Yang saying that, well, absolutely. You forgot the sour cream in his fucking taco, he'd fucking stab you. I'm just saying, okay? Like, Yang doesn't need a reason to stab you. He'll just do it because it's Tuesday, alright? And, like, but Dante, as angry as he looks, he's got this angry eyes, like, whatever. He's just so squishy that when he says things like this, you're like, I don't know, it's sexier. For being in the mafia. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, you're such a little cinnamon roll that when you want to, it's just like, I don't know, it's just different. Dante then turned his attention to me with a softer expression, having regained his composure. By the way, Space, are you free tomorrow night? I think I have a date. I know it won't make up for last time, but why don't we go out to dinner together? Oh my god, yes. Really? Are you sure? Like, she's like, really? Are you sure? Look at his soft little face. I love him so. Okay, yeah, no, there's something wrong with me. I mean, and it's not wrong, it's right. But you know what I mean. He just makes me freaking, like, fawn. I don't know. Yes, I should be able to keep my evening free. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have dinner outside the manor once in a while, would it? Not at all. Grazie, Dante. My heart leapt at the unexpected invitation. I could hardly wait for tomorrow. The next evening, I got dressed for a night out. Dante had bought me a beautiful blue dress with a lace bolero and navy. Even the white ribbon in my hair was a gift that Dante picked out for me. I love the fact that, like, even my ribbon... Adorable. We get a CG of this, though, right? Because they usually do good on her clothes. Like, her dresses are beautiful, and I just love seeing them. I'm sorry for the wait, Dante. I came out to the car to meet him and saw the slightest intake of breath in his chest as he saw me. That's... Stop it! I love it. This is the... Just the, like, little inhale. That's how I feel when we see him. If you saw him in, like... I mean, we see him in his sexy normal suit, okay? But if you saw him in, like, a tuxedo, it's like... Stop it. And, like, he feels the same way when he sees it. I just love it. The dress suits you very well. I do have some trouble choosing clothes for you, but you look lovely and everything. You're exaggerating. But thank you, Dante. I love the fact... Okay, there's a part of me that loves, like, I'm picking out clothes for you. Here's this dress I bought you. And you're like, woohoo! Dress me up, Dante. Like, I'm totally okay with this. But at the same time, it's like, there's also the me who's like, let me pick out my own fucking clothes. Jesus, I need some autonomy. But I also want you to dress me. Like, you can have it both ways, I guess. Like, you know, not all the time. Let me have some autonomy. But, like, I'm totally okay with, like, I bought this dress because I thought it would look good on you. And then they're just like, oh, you look so good. You know, and they're just proud of themselves. You just feel kind of sexy because, like, they bought you a pretty dress. And, like, you feel good in it and you look good in it. And they just, like, are drooling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I love it, and I want it both ways. Look at him blushing! Stop it! Ugh! We're never gonna make it through this route. His sweet compliment seemed to make the both of us blush. I know we're both awkward nerds. Now then, shall we, Signorina? Still looking a bit bashful, Dante mustered his courage to offer a hand to me. I love the fact that we have had sex God knows how many times, but this man is still embarrassed. Like, when it's us doing it as the main character, like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. It annoys me because it's like, we're like the sweet little wolf, because it's like that, it's a trope in every game, for the most part. You know what I mean? The main character is always like that. But when it's the love interest, there's something about it that's adorable. I think it's because it's not every love interest that's like this. Whereas the main character, it's always the main character. Oh my god, he looked at me. Oh my god. It's like, okay, get over it. But like a man doing it is just somehow cuter. I don't know. Us doing it in conjunction with him doing it, I'm okay with, because then it's like, look, we're both adorably awkward and weird. It doesn't bother me, but like, it bothers me when it's every other route and everyone else is like, yeah, I'm the hi, yeah, he winked at me and then we fawn and it's like, oh, for God's sake. I mean, there's a difference between fawning and being like, I'm so embarrassed. But this embarrassment with us and Dante at the same time, not bothering me. I'm here for it. I accepted it and stepped inside the car. We arrived at the restaurant when... Boss, what a coincidence! Are you two spending some time out tonight? Yes. Isn't he... I was sure he was a top member of the Falzone family. I'd seen him a number of times at the manor before. Is that so? I was just about to have dinner with my daughter. Oh, it's that guy! I should have known because it's Falzone Exec B, so, you know. He doesn't have an actual name, but at least they kept the same one, so. Behind him was a young lady who seemed to be around my age. Oh, her bright smile made her entire face glow with loveliness. And may I ask who your beautiful companion is? And Dante's like, she fucking lives at the mansion. She's basically my wife, you idiot. Like, I feel kind of insulted about that. Have I not introduced her to you yet? Space. Yes? I gave a respectful nod to the man. Spacey Adornato. Pleasure. A true beauty befitting of our handsome boss. Okay, you're getting a little weird, buddy. Speaking of which, as I'm accompanied tonight by my daughter, please allow me to introduce her to you. The man turned and brought forward the young woman who had been standing behind him. Nice to meet you, Senor As she stepped forward, she tripped over the cobblestone and fell forward. Oh god, and Dante's gonna catch her, and then the okay. Dante quickly reached out to catch her. My goodness, are you alright? It's funny because, like, this is such a fucking setup. Like, he fucking tripped his daughter. Like, some shit. And it's like, but I really hope we don't get jealous. We're like, that man is trying to hook you up with his daughter. You know that, right? And he's like, what? But I have no interest. Yeah, I know. We should know that Dante has no... He could barely look at us. Okay? Still in Dante's arms, she gazed up at him with a smile. I mean, it doesn't mean we can't be like, if that bitch gets near my man, I'm gonna fucking claw her eyes out. Yeah. But, like, we shouldn't think that Dante's gonna cheat on us, because you know he wouldn't. Thank you very much, senor. You've saved me. Oh, that's the daughter. Never mind. I saw executive, and anyway. Thank you very much, senor. You saved me. How wonderful. Oh my, it's like a dream having you hold me like this. Oh my god, whore. Okay, get the fuck off my man. You should be able to stand now. I'm so sorry. Oh, where are my manners? You're such a gentleman. I simply couldn't. I mean, like, Dante's just being polite, like, you're good, right? Okay. And then we're over here like, no, he's with me, right, bitch? She withdrew from Dante's, standing up straight again with her cheeks flush pink. I apologize for my daughter's clumsiness, boss. Thank you for saving her from that fall. Aren't you pleased? The boss is one heck of a man, isn't he? Oh, stop it, Papa. It's fine as long as you're not injured. Oh, that's her. God, I always try messing this up because I just see executive and jump and I don't read the full thing. How sweet of you. You're so kind. She held Dante's hand with both of hers, looking up at him with shimmering eyes. We're just over here with our eyebrow raised like, the fuck is this bitch doing? I wasn't sure whether I should be watching this. My name's Sandra. I've always wanted to meet you. All right, Sandra's a horse name. I'm sorry if your name is Sandra. Or your mom or somebody. It's just because of this woman. Like, it's not really a horse name. Her name could have been anything and I would have said the same thing because she's acting like a whore. Listen, bitch. This is my man. Although, I mean, I get from her perspective, her father's like, oh, I bet the boss would love you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever, and you should charm him. And isn't telling her, like, oh, he's got, like, a girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's, like, he kind of he knows damn well who I am. He set it up like, oh, yeah, no, he'll catch her. You know what I mean? Like, so this poor girl is just thinking, like, oh, this is just some random woman that he's out with, not his actual girlfriend. But then again, she might not give a shit. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt at the moment. But she's towing the line. Alright, Sandra might have to have an accident is all I'm saying. Like, with some fucking... She might have to swim with the fucking fishes. Nicola, teach me how to use a gun. I gotta take a bitch out. I love this game sometimes, anyway. We must thank you somehow. Perhaps a nice dinner would... It was nothing, so don't worry about it. Come now, I insist. You've saved my beloved daughter from a terrible injury. You are her savior. I simply must repay you however I can. If you'd like, boss, my daughter would be happy to... Whoa! That's my job, by the way. Yes, I understand. You said dinner. I will be in touch. Dante forced the conversation to end before the man could say any more. With that, they smiled and departed, leaving Dante and me alone. Yeah, he's like, I feel like we should be like, he's trying to set you up with his daughter, right? Because I don't think Dante catches that. A number of complex emotions had surfaced as I witnessed the exchange, the remnants of which settled uneasily in my mind. I mean, I don't blame us for that, because we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this, she's getting a little, and this whole thing, and Dante doesn't... See, the thing is, us as the player, we are intelligent, okay, enough to go, Dante is not, he's sweet, and he's innocent. He's not gonna get that this man is trying to shove his daughter, you know what I mean? Or he's just not gonna, because he doesn't know women, So he's like a little naive and soft in this side, in this bit of it, around the women thing, okay? So he's not gonna be like, this guy is trying to shove his daughter on me, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But we as the player are like, yeah, no, so we're gonna have to pat Dante on the head and be like, sweetie, this is what he was doing, right? But the main character herself is also naive, and then she'd be like, and then maybe he would be better off, and then she's gonna totally fucking doubt herself and Dante. I mean, which is kind of annoying, but like, I mean, because I don't think she's gonna catch on that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think in her mind she's fully aware of the fact that, like, Dante is a sweet, naive little cupcake. Like, he is not gonna get... He may be really good at other... But he is not gonna catch on to what is happening here and realize that this is a setup. Okay? If it was like Raul, all that kind of setup, yeah, but this setting up with a daughter thing, he's not gonna get that. Because there's a woman involved, like all of a sudden, like his brains are gone. Like he's not the brightest crayon when it comes to like that shit, you know? Which is why we love him. Because you're like, you are so smart and like so skilled at all this stuff, but a woman walks into the room, literally flinging herself at you, and you have no goddamn clue. Like, I love it. He's clueless. He's like me, okay? Because like, literally, I would have no clue if someone was flirting with me because I don't, you know? So I can't blame him for that. But all sorts of shenanigans are going to ensue because us as the main character are going to be like, what if he likes her? And then, oh my god, instead of being like, Dante, you fucking know what's happening, right? And like, realizing that he's clueless, we are also going to be clueless, and that's where it's going to be a problem. Us being adorable, bashful nerds together is cute, but us being clueless together is going to cause problems, so, saying. It's going to be rage-inducing. Probably. First served was our caprese antipasto, ripened red tomatoes with fresh mozzarella. It was dressed with aromatic olive oil and tasted as vibrant as it looked. Tasted vibrant. I glanced up at Dante, but it didn't seem he was bothered by what happened earlier. Yeah, because he has no clue what happened earlier. I trusted his intentions, but at the same time I had to wonder... She was very pretty. I decided to start a conversation. But didn't someone say something, like Marco, like, or someone was like, oh yeah, no, they're pretty much faithful to their wives right there. So, like, I know we're not his wife yet, but basically in Dante's eyes, yes, we are. About Carlo. About earlier, is I feel like that was what we should say, but maybe we should talk about the cat instead. Let's talk. I'm curious as to the cat thing. I feel like let's talk about the cat, and then we'll go into... And anyway, about what happened earlier. Because I feel like if we start with earlier, that's just going to lead to problems, like... ease him into that conversation. Damn, great. By the way, Carlo has gotten so much bigger, hasn't he? He's all grown up now. Julia and I were surprised by how much more he eats these days compared to before. I chose a lighthearted topic since we didn't need to dwell on what happened. Although I am curious. It can't be good for cats to eat too much, can it? And that's why I've been a bit worried. I nodded in agreement with a bit of a frown on my face, and Dante chuckled. Looking at Carlo makes me realize just how much time has passed. Specifically, how long we've been together like this. The time really flies, doesn't it? You know, if you had proposed to me the way Nicola did, I don't think I'd be worried about that bitch, but... We can think of Carlo as a clock and look at him to tell time, and then when he dies, we know our relationship is over? I mean, that's depressing. Although I was smiling, Dante's expression was serious. Yes, and to be entirely honest, I really don't think I've spent enough time with you yet. You mean while we're not in bed? Because, okay. If only we could have been together from the very beginning, were it only possible. That's kind of fucking adorable. He's like, I haven't spent enough time with you. If only we had been together since we were children. This would have been amazing. Like, I don't think we should worry about him and that guy's daughter. Because, like, this... I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, somebody who is a manipulative player could totally spew this shit at you. And you'd be like, oh, you're full of shit. But, like, Dante's such a fucking cinnamon bun that you're like, you know, no. I believe it 100... And obviously, it's Dante. We won't believe it 100%. We're playing an Otome game. But, you know. I understood exactly what he meant. But I was so touched by the sentiment he expressed that I wasn't sure what to say. Just cry a little, because that's what I want to do. You know? Aside from our interesting run-in earlier, tonight was absolutely wonderful. I was able to enjoy delicious food with the person I loved. After dinner, we returned to the manor. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a CG seeing the dress he bought for us, because I kind of wanted to see it. Thing. Carlo welcomed us into the salon with an adorable meow. We're back, Carlo! Were you lonely? Or did Leo play with you while we were gone? I picked Carlo up from where he was rubbing against my legs and stroked his soft fur. Say, Dante? Not wanting to part ways with him just yet, I asked him in a quiet voice, "Do you have time to come to my room?" "I'd like nothing more, but I have some work to do tonight. Sorry." Seeing the regretful look on his face, I hurriedly responded, "I understand. Thank you so much for dinner tonight. Hope your work goes smoothly." Kiss him intensely. Make him regret the work. He's still going to do the work, because he's diligent. But I'm just saying, make him regret it a little. Just a little bit. And then let him know how much we love and miss him. Just saying. His expression softened into a gentle gaze, and he brought his face close to mine. "Oh my God, please kiss me." "Good night. I'm glad we were able to spend time together." Oh my God. Damn it, we never get CGs. Dante smiled and kissed me on the cheek before leaving the salon. Only on the cheek? What the fuck? I knew it was selfish of me to want to stay together longer. He must have really forced some time open in his schedule just to see me, which is adorable. I do appreciate Dante for that. It was then that the incident at the restaurant came back to mind. He didn't seem to find it unusual, so he must be accustomed to those sorts of things. I feel like we should talk to someone else, and they'll be like, "Yeah, that sounds shady as shit. Talk to Nicola." Dante was the boss of the Falzone family. For all I knew, he must have experienced this situation countless times already. No, it's just... situation with men throwing their daughters at Dante. It must happen all the time. No, it's just that Dante didn't react to it, because he doesn't... It's like, "Oh, hey, hi, guy. Oh, you tripped and fell. You're cool. All right, anyway, all right, bye." And, he is... Woman, man, child, doesn't fucking matter. He does not understand what's happening. He is clueless. That's why it doesn't seem unusual to him. Because he's not like, "The hell are you doing throwing yourself at me, girl?" You know what I mean? Because he doesn't get it. Oh. It's kind of adorable that he's that clueless, but it really is going to cause us problems. I'd better not dwell on it too long. It's going to be funny when we're like, "She was throwing herself at you, you know that, right?" And he's going to be like, "What?" Carla responded to my mumbling with a concerned meow. Yes. I was heading to my office when Nicola called out to me. "Ah, Dante, I'm glad you're here. The other guard who was keeping watch over her was found dead in Strano." "I see. I assumed the worst when I lost contact with him, but sure enough, it happened. Do you think the louse shoe's behind it?" Given where we found him in Strano, we can't rule out the possibility, but from what I saw of the body, it didn't look like they were trying to send a message." "I see. After Yang's death, word came to me that the Lu Huanhu sent some of their own to fill the vacancies. However, it appeared no other action was taken following that. They were likely waiting for the right time to strike." I love how there's just so much shit always going on. It's like, okay, we have to worry about Gil fucking betraying us, because I'm not really sure what's happening over there. And then Raoul is trying to fucking sweep the rug out from underneath me over here and, lure Nicola to his side. And then we have to deal with fucking Yuan coming at me because we killed Yang. Or because Yang's dead. I don't think we did it, but, whatever. We might have. But it's like, Jesus Christ! And then some guy has thrown his daughter at me! Gonna make my girlfriend jealous, but I'm clueless about that. So, whatever. I don't realize that's happening. As Dante, I'm saying. You know what I mean? As long as we didn't leave any openings, they shouldn't be much of a threat to us, but I actually think it's the doing of someone we know. For example, someone with a grudge against the boss of the family. Assuming that's true, it's unfortunate that anyone in the Falzone could still not know their place yet. Raoul's taken action much faster than we expected. What do you want to do, Dante? Oh, Nicola's over. I love Nicola's face right now when he's asking this. He's acting much faster. What do you want to do? He's like, "Can I kill him? Come on. Come on. Let me kill him." He just looks like he wants to kill him. But he has such a sweet, soft face that, when he gives you this face when you're talking to him and he's like, "Oh, I just really want to spend time with you," or "Please let me kill him." It's just, it fits both ways for Nicola. Raoul tried to recruit Nicola to his side. And there was no doubt that he took issue with the current family hierarchy. Me in particular. We would also need to determine the extent of his connections to the fascist party. Let Raoul do what he wants for now. He'll find out who he's connected to right away. We're like, yeah, whatever. Carlo responded to my mumbling with a concerned meow. Don't worry, I'm fine. I smiled at Carlo and made my way back to the room with him in my arms. Ha! Good morning! I arrived at the salon for breakfast to see both Leo and Nicola in attendance. Good morning, you two. Where's Dante? Dante's already left. Was there something you needed him for? I mean... No, I'm fine. Just kidding. No, I was just curious. He seemed to be as busy as ever. I took a seat on the sofa, feeling rather concerned about Dante's well-being. Space, can I ask you something? After breakfast, I was sipping on a cafe latte when Nicola addressed me in a serious manner. What is it? I imagine Dante doesn't want to talk much about it, but you may be well aware by now that we're having some problems. I'm sorry to ask this, but would you mind staying inside until things settle down a bit? Huh? Isn't that too much? Won't having me as her bodyguard be enough? And he's like, no, because every other bodyguard's been murdered and we love you, Leo. Shut up and make her stay inside. Perhaps she can go up for a little while if you'll be there with her, Leo. I could tell he still wasn't comfortable with the idea, so I shook my head and declined. It's alright, I'll be fine. I don't have anything urgent to tend to, so I can stay inside for now. I'd be like, I can just send someone to the library and check out books for me. If he hadn't mentioned it, I would have gone to the church today to pick up my shawl. It was fortunate I was able to see him here at breakfast. And thank you for thinking of me, Leo. Leo looks so sad. He's like, aren't I good enough? We just don't want you to die, Leo, so I'll stay inside if it means saving your life. I will deal. Me, as an actual person, is like, no, I like staying inside. Making me go out is mean. I'm sorry. It's not our intention to keep you locked up in here. I understand. It's to keep me safe. I smiled warmly, hoping it would alleviate their guilt. That reminds me, I'm actually studying the book you lent me, Nicola. Already? That's really something. I tell you what, let me bring back some sweets for you. It'll make studying far more pleasant. Thank you, Nicola. You know, Dante told me that he'd give me a reward for my progress as well. Nicola's like, I can't give you that kind of reward, girl. I would definitely get in trouble. He smiled as I shared the details of Dante's incentive with him, then finished his cup of espresso. As I shared the details of Dante's yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I don't know why my brain didn't process that properly. I'd love to stay and help you with your studies, but I'm afraid I must be going. You must be very busy too, Nicola. Are you getting ready to go to America? Did Dante tell you? Well, that's the plan anyway. Nicola nodded, picking up his hat. I do love this Nicola sprite where he's like tipping his hat. He's miladying you, but it's just not weird. You know, it's not neckbeardy. It's like actually sexy. Thing. Have a good day at work, Nicola. Thanks. Can you let Julia know I won't be back for dinner? I have a meeting with Raoul. Huh? Of course. He's friends with Raoul? As I pondered over those words, Nicola stood from his seat. Leo, the car? Yep, it's waiting for you up front. Take care, and please be careful. As the two left the salon, Domenico came walking in with a somewhat harried look. Buongiorno, Domenico. Is Domenico the guy we like? I think Domenico's the nice guy, right? Ah, signorina. Buongiorno. I was concerned at the sight of Domenico being the most tired I'd ever seen him. I think he's the nice guy. Are you all right, Domenico? Your complexion looks pale. Just keeping myself busy. He gave a good-natured chuckle so as not to worry me. That's right. A cannoli might make me feel better next time. Absolutely. I'd be happy to make some. Alright, okay, yeah, he's the guy who likes her. Okay, yeah, he's a nice guy. Grazie, signorina. Now, that seemed to do the trick. The thought of it's given me back my energy. Domenico's sweet and innocent smile made me giggle. Just let me know when you're coming, and I'll have a batch ready just for you. Oh, then I'll let you know as soon as I confirm my schedule. Thanks, signorina. A happy grin spread across Domenico's face. It was my pleasure to help them all do their best, however I could. No, you don't yell like that, you bastard! He didn't want to come upstairs with me, and now he's screaming like a fucking douche. He was doing it before and I tried to ignore him and he shut up, but now he won't. He's got like 10 minutes left and it's like, Jesus. I didn't spend much of the day studying. After breakfast, Carlo was quite taken with the idea of nestling atop my open English book. Seeing that he had no intention of budging, I decided instead to head down to the kitchen. I passed the time by helping Julia prepare some torta margarita. I then returned to my room and sat in a chair beside the window to read a novel until dinner. The sun's about to set. I looked out the window at the red skies. It was then I saw a car stop in front of the manor. The person who stepped out was none other than Dante. After a second's pause, I quickly decided to head out. I prepared a cup of cafe latte in the kitchen and carefully walked down the corridor to Dante's office. Dante, it's me. Come in. Welcome back. I thought we were going to go running out and leap into his arms and be like, all right, just carry me back to your office. Then we'll have time to talk. As you struggled to carry me. Thank you. Is that cafe latte for me? Why, yes. I thought maybe we could talk a bit while you drink. He blinked a couple of times in bewilderment. He was curious about the situation that the Falzone family is in. I mean, as much of it as you're able to share with me, of course. Nicola's request this morning crossed my mind. It was a reminder of how much was happening around me that I didn't know about. Perhaps being aware of the circumstances would allow me to be of more use to the others. Dante was silent for a moment, then accepted the cafe latte from my hands. You're like, you don't get this unless you tell me your secrets! He then set it down onto the desk without taking a sip. I see. I should have properly explained things to you sooner. And do you recall what I shared before about our goods being seized? And that's something we still need to settle, but more importantly, you may also remember that I mentioned there was something odd happening. Yes? I did remember what Dante told me back then. And preparations still need to be made, and there are some internal matters of concern as well. He looked at me with serious eyes. Raul Gerlandio is planning on betraying the family. He aims to dethrone me as a boss and already has some of our men on his side. I appointed a guard to keep an eye on you, but he was murdered, possibly on Raul's orders. If Raul did it himself, he wears short pants, but I think it was Teo. What? The news caught me by surprise, and I found myself breathless. It could be Raul. Maybe Raul wears short pants. I don't know. Seeing my reaction, he continued in a more gentle way. And the truth is, I had one of our men follow you in secret whenever you stepped outside. He looks so sad and ashamed of it. It's like, I know on one hand we should be like, wow, what the fuck, you don't trust me, but on the other it's like, I mean, that's actually kind of cute. You were trying to protect me. You weren't like doing it to be shady, like you don't trust me. You were trying to make sure I stayed safe. Guard? I would have stayed indoors if you had only told me. Dante closed his eyes and spoke in a voice heavy with regret. I didn't want to strip you of your freedom while with the Falzone. I wanted you to live your life no differently from before. But now that you're associated with me, the risk of danger is too great. Appointing a guard was necessary. You see, the words of a certain someone I met back at the church returned to mind. Don't doubt Dante because of randos. No need to be so alarmed. I'm not particularly familiar with the affairs of the Mafia. But it seems to be common knowledge here in town. Dante Falzone did not choose a woman from a noble family, but instead, chose a woman of golden hair from the church. I didn't realize how serious things were. I thought it was going to be the like, oh, I mean, be careful that he's not like, because was it Henry or Teo? Someone was like, oh, I mean, you know, following you in secret, like making us feel like we should be suspicious of that. Like, I mean, yeah, I get one hand, you're like, you could have just told me. It does feel weird, but it's not because like a normal person being like, I was having someone follow you. You're like, do you not fucking trust me? What the hell is fucking wrong with you? But like, this is Dante. We're in the Mafia. Shit's going down, and he's like, I wanted to make sure you were protected, but I didn't want like, you to worry that there was someone following you. You know what I mean? Like, kind of understand. You could have just told me, hey, there's always going to be someone kind of watching you, you know. Because the secrecy of it makes it feel like you don't trust me, but it's more like you didn't want to worry me, but you wanted to make sure I was safe. So, I get it. We shouldn't be mad about that or suspicious of Dante. You know what I mean? It's fucking Dante. Goddamn marshmallow. Come on. I steeled my nerves and continued to confirm the truth. Yang would have thought we were cheating on him and would have sent someone out to watch me because he's jealous and psycho. You know what I'm saying? Dante is doing it just to protect us. It's different. Are you saying the person who was looking out for me was killed? Yes. And just to be sure, have you noticed anything strange around you? Aside from Gil acting all squirrely? Sorry, but I don't know. I hadn't even noticed someone was following me until now. After a brief pause, Dante frowned and hesitantly broke the silence. You once mentioned that someone in town helped you carry groceries back to the manor. And the same person was at the provisioning site, wasn't he? Yes. The bodyguard mentioned it? My mind was quickly piecing things together, but Dante continued with a bitter expression. No, that was the day the guard was killed. I never received his report that evening. I instead asked Leo to report on what happened that day in detail. So this Teo, the provisioning would have been the third time he came into contact with you. Why would you not mention it? Rather than being upset, Dante looked saddened in a way I didn't expect. Oh, he's like, why didn't you tell me some random guy's talking to you? Wait. Why didn't you tell me that guy's trying to set you up with his daughter? He's like, huh? And you're like, yeah, exactly. Teo's just a random person I met and I'm nice to people. I don't think he's after anything. Just like you don't think that guy's trying to shove his daughter on your dick. What the fuck, Dante? Come on! We're both idiots. I kind of love it, though. But it's so bad. You're like, aw, Dante's all sad because he thinks we don't trust him or some shit. You're like, but you do realize that man's trying to force his daughter on you. Like, this... Oh, good God. I'm so sorry. It didn't occur to me to mention it before. He only happened upon the provisioning by coincidence, and we just greeted each other before he left. Perhaps from your perspective, yes. But you can never know for sure. I hoped you might have regarded it with more caution. He may seem harmless, but for all we know, he may have ulterior motives. Okay, so, I mean, like, I get this. Dante is just being overly suspicious, but we are not being cautious at all. But here's the thing. Dante, if you told us, oh, there's things going on and I have someone following you because I need you to be cautious, then maybe meeting Teo, we would have been like, yeah, you know, he keeps coming up, but we have no reason to feel like we need to be suspicious of everyone. And you're like uber suspicious, so maybe share some of your worries so that I know, okay, you know, keep my guard up, keep an eye out for things, let you know if anything strange happens, like, oh, this random guy keeps bumping into me. Okay, just so you can keep an eye. Maybe he's suspicious. I don't think he is, but you know what? I don't know. Fine. And then you can be a little less, like, suspicious of everything. I mean, just share the burden, you know? I'm sure that's not the case. Despite looking so worried, Dante's voice cut through the air sharply. No, it's that you're too unaware for your own good. Who's talking now? Unaware? Now, we did have a point, and I looked back at him with stern eyes. Are you telling me I can't talk to anyone? That's not what I meant. You need to be mindful of others' intentions and keep your guard up. So do you! I feel like this is going to come back and bite him in the ass. Literally when he's like, that guy was trying to hook his daughter up with me, and we're like, maybe you should be mindful of others' intentions and keep your guard up. I could say the same to you, Dante. No, it just came back to bite him in the ass now. What do you mean? At the restaurant the other night, you seemed unguarded with that woman who clearly has ulterior motives towards you. I thought this was going to come back to bite him in the ass later. Right now. Right in his face. Bird, shut up. An uneasy feeling I felt that night began to ripple and swell as I spoke. My bird's kind of pissing me off right now. If anything, you should be the one careful about others' intentions. Th- that has nothing to do with... It does! She was obviously enamored with you! You can't tell me you didn't notice! He's like, I didn't. Really? His eyes widened as the thought appeared to dawn on him for the first time. This is literally me! The dude was flirting with you! Huh? Are you sure? He literally asked you to marry him. Yeah, but I don't know if he likes me. I feel Dante right now. He's such a mood because this is literally me. After a few seconds of stunned silence, Dante came to his senses and shook his head. No, that's a completely different situation. Fine. I won't talk to anyone then. Space. Dante called my name as I turned around, but I left his office without looking back. I love how we just stormed out. Upset. God, my bird is being a raging fucking asshole right now. Screaming and shrieking. I stared at the closed door, still stunned. Reality gradually began to settle in, and my gaze fell to the floor as I realized what I had done. Did I say the wrong thing? I mean, kinda, yeah, but... you know. I suppose I'm somewhat happy that she feels jealousy over me, but... No, that's not the point. I caused her to feel this kind of discomfort without realizing it. Yeah, 'cause you're kinda naive, and it's sweet. And what is it? Yes, I'll take the call. Hey, Dante. I think I got a pretty good idea what's going on. It looks like he's got grand designs to take as many of our guys with him. I see. He must consider the allure of power to be too strong for anyone to resist. In any case, I'll continue to check on things incognito. Got it. As for Raoul himself, I'll try to find more info about... Wait a second. You don't sound well. Did the two of you fight? Were you outside the door? He's like, I'm calling from the hallway. We poke our head out, and frickin' Nicola's like, I was outside the door the whole time. I like him. He's like, you don't sound right. Did you fight with her? Nicola is, like, too smart for his own good. Seems I'm right after all. I don't know the circumstances, but odds are likely you're wrong, so go and apologize. Why do you assume I'm wrong? Because a gentleman takes great care not to upset a lady. I love the fact that Nicola is winking, and, like, Dante is like, you can't see him, but you know Dante probably knows. He's like, you're fucking winking at me, aren't you, you asshole? Oh, and you can trust me, but be sure not to be such an open book in front of our men, alright? The other men can't read me like you can. I'm sorry! That just goes back to what I said earlier. Like, they know they're best friends, they're bros, they have this connection, but this is oddly romantic. Like, the men can't read me like you can, Nicola. There's something so romantic about that fucking line. I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think that's my favorite line in this whole game. The other men can't read me like you can, Nicola. we we will never be as important to either of them as they are to each other, which, it's okay, I'm fine with it, I love it. I tried to hold back, but it came out all at once. With the tension finally broken, I came down the heights of my emotional distress, and a wave of regret washed over me. The way that was phrased was awkward, but okay. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here, and we're gonna deal with the aftermath of our little tiff in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.